Welcome to Prudent Women Global Galley Series. I'm very excited to welcome you to today's program. We shall be looking at a very interesting topic. But before I introduce that topic, I want to let you know that you are a blessed woman, you are a lovely woman, and it is because of you that this program is ongoing. God bless you. Stay tuned and enjoy yourself. Previously, we've been looking at how God uses the woman tremendously to achieve his purpose. We've looked at Mother Mary, whom God used to give us salvation. We looked at Queen Esther, who God used to to deliver her people. And we said that a woman is like a coin, depending on how she wants to be used. I said previously in the other videos that God does not do anything instrumental, anything important without partnering and involving the woman. This has been proven so many times. Yes, it has been proven so many times. The woman is a strategic instrument in the hands of God. So God uses the woman to birth or create anything that is important and dear to him. So as a woman, you need to be deliberate that you are actually a hot cake. Yes, either the hands of God or the devil. This is what I mean. The same way God uses women to bring forth his plan, that is the same way the devil strives to use women. This happened at the beginning of the world when the devil tricked Eve in form of a snake. And then later on, when Delilah was used by Satan to distract and frustrate the plan of God in the life of Samson. So today we are going to be looking at another very great woman in the Bible that God used greatly. And it is my earnest prayer that as you listen to these things, it is not just like a mere talk or a usual inspirational or motivational speech, but it is going to go through the root of your heart and to make you realize who you are, make you see your capability as a woman, so that you'll be very, very strategic. Today we're going to be looking at Jochebed. How many of you know who Jochebed is? Jochebed was actually the mother of Moses, and she lived in the time where a new king came forth, Pharaoh. And when the king came forth, you know the whole story from Genesis. If you read from Genesis, how the Israelites were now moved to Egypt, how they became slaves, and all of that. So if you read from Genesis, you get the background and the whole beginning, how Jacob moved into Egypt when there was hunger, and then he later died, and then Joseph, his son, and all of that. So when the new king emerged, the Bible says clearly that the king did not know Joseph, and he did not fear the Lord. He was on his own. So when he saw that the Israelites were multiplying in number, he was afraid. He said that if we leave these people, one day, if there is war, they will make alliance with the other people and defeat us. So this was what the king decided to do. He said that they should multiply their labor. The Israelites were working under harsh conditions. They were made to work, build with sometimes no straw, starvation, and all of that. And you know the interesting thing with this, our God? While they were working so hard, the Bible says that they were even becoming more prosperous. They were increasing in number, which feared the king the most. They were becoming more prosperous. So the king thought to himself, say, what? After everything I've done, these people are still not reducing? So he decided and enacted a more wicked plan. And he said, let every son that is being born of a Hebrew woman be killed. So every boy that was born at that time was being killed completely. You know, only the girls were allowed to live. So this was what happened. Jochebed, the mother of Moses, did something very interesting. The Bible says that she nursed her baby for 3 months. While other children were being killed, she hid her baby. She hid her baby for 3 months. And the Bible says when she could no longer hide the baby, she decided to make a basket and then go and put him in the river. Now, come with me and reason this thing with me. Even a 1-day-old baby cries out aloud. How did this woman manage to keep this child for 3 good months without the people noticing? She did that, and the Bible says that the Jochebed looked at Moses and said, this is a fine boy, this is a goodly child. And you know, she was able to see that this is a good child. She loved the boy, and she refused to do what the king wanted her to do. That is to submit her child for the disaster and the law. She feared God above Pharaoh and the law of the land. It was not a small thing. It was a serious law. But she looked at God. She had faith in God. She took dangerous steps of faith. Said, this my son is a good child. He's not going to be killed like other sons. There's a difference in this my son. I won't give him up. He is not to be slaughtered. You can imagine. And she made this basket, and then Miriam, the elder sister of Moses, went to the river, dropped the child, and she stood back to watch. If the woman knew, if Jochebed knew that after all Moses was going to die by the riverside, she wouldn't go there, because whether the king kills him or at the river, he would die. But she had faith. There was something driving her against that circumstance. And we are faced with such things in today's world. Not just that if I was there, I would have done same. We are faced with such challenges today. She had faith that despite what is happening generally to other women, her own child will not die, even at the river. And God helped her. You know the whole story of how the princess, the king's daughter, came to take her shower at the river and then found Moses and all of that. But that is not where I want to dwell today. I want to let you know as a woman that you have the destiny of your children in your hands. Don't joke with them. Moses is the one whom God used later to deliver the whole Israelites. And we're beneficiaries of that. What if the mother gave up just like any other woman? Do you know the destiny or that prominent child or that other great person that was killed among those babies? So be determined as a woman that you are not going to settle for norm. As long as it pleases God, don't seek to please men. Don't seek to please men. Seek to please God. Jochebed took that decision. For me, that's why I call her the deliverer of Israel. If she hadn't saved the life of Moses, that nation wouldn't have been delivered. But God used her to save the whole of Israel. So she was actually the real deliverer. God can use I and you to fulfill his agenda. What are you doing in the lives of your children? You look at the academics of your children. Maybe one of your child is doing badly or is exhibiting a character you do not like. It's in your power to correct that child. Don't spare the rod and spoil the child. Don't wait for your husband. There is this popular saying that they say when the child is good, they say, oh, it's the father's son. When it's bad, they say, oh, it's the mother's son. What does that mean to you? It means that women are actually in position to train the children. Children are usually most times closer, in many cases closer to the mother. Be a mother that your children will confide in you. They will see you doing the things that you are saying. Don't just say things and then they watch you scheming, they watch you deceiving people, they watch you stealing, they watch you insulting people. If you talk to them, they won't do it because they know it's not true. So don't be a hypocrite. Be determined to set the future straight for your children. See how God blessed Jochebed. She is one of my favorite characters in the Bible, even though she's been spoken about in a very minimal amount. Her children, Aaron, Miriam, and Moses, were very great, and God used them mightily. And he said that God rewarded her with long life. She was also very instrumental. She was one of those Hebrew women. In my research, I found out that she was one of those Hebrew women that God used to save the children. So please, be a Jochebed. Be determined that despite what is happening in Nigeria, for example, today, your children are going to be different. They are going to live amazing lives. You have the decision as a woman to take care of your home, to do the best for your home. No one will determine that for you. Take charge. Take care of your husband, take care of your children, and set out a good future for them. And the Lord will bless you. The Lord will increase you. I see God giving women amazing powers, amazing grace and strength to be able to live for their families and set their families up. It is written that a good woman builds her home, but the bad one destroys her home. It is my prayer this day that every woman reading and watching this video today will be a prudent woman, will be a virtuous woman, and will be a Jochebed of today. God bless you. Thank you.